Greetings, walkers. Welcome to another episode of Katenai-jo's adventures through Skyrim. We are just outside Mistvale Keep in the Riften, yes? This one just saw Lydia walk out through that gateway there and around the corner. Khajiit wonders what she is going to be doing, yes? Well, last this one checked, there are no outdoor bars, so Khajiit does not have to worry about this housecarl getting drunk again, yes? What's this over here? The barracks. Oh, there you are, Lydia. This one was just about to look for you, yes? Okay, so Khajiit is interested in getting a title that the Jarl had talked about before. Khajiit feels like he needs to help some of the people in Riften first before he goes chasing after skooma peddling bandits, yes? Khajiit swore he saw somebody in here who he thinks might need help. Oh, not the merchant.
Out of my way! The son of the Jarl has no time for idle conversation with travelers.
Yes, this little... him.
If you must know, I was practicing in the yard when the guard I was sparring with fainted when I specifically told him to duck. My blade bit right into the stonework next to the keep and needed serious repairs. Thankfully, our smith Balamand works wonders. In fact, if you'd fetch my blade from him, I'd be most appreciative. Thank you. Do hurry, please. All right then.
As Jarl Leila's houseguard, I would ask that you continuously.
Yes, Harald. A rather foppish walker. But if he pays well, who is this one to argue, yes? Okay, so off to Balamand's we go.
Legendary Argonian craftsmanship.
Come to see Balamand perform miracles with steel, eh? Smithing's been in my blood for generations. I owe my success to my forefathers and their recipe for flame. The secret is my forge. It consumes fire salts, a strange mineral that burns as hot as red mountain lava. Well, it was. Sadly, this forge is dying, and I've used the last of my fire salts. If I can't feed it soon, it may grow cold. You will? Thank you. 10 pinches of fire salt should give me all I need to bring this forge back to life. Lazy good for nothing, isn't he? Sent you down here when I'm a stone's throw from the keep. Here's the sword. Tell Harald to stop slaying walls, and perhaps his blade will stay in better condition. Remember, nothing but genuine fire salts will do. The forge knows the difference.
Yes, Harald the Wall Slayer, yes? Yes. Kill that dummy with your dagger, Harold.
Out of my way. The son of the Jarl has no time. Took your sweet time getting it to me. Here you go, for your trouble. Until next time.
Crushed onyx and a sapphire. Well... Oh. The crushed onyx is an alchemical component. Fascinating. Crashing gemstones for alchemy. Khajiit would never have thought of such a thing. But the sapphire is nice to keep, yes? Good for crafting fine jewelry, maybe. Okay.
What do you want, Cat?
Buying and selling fine jewelry here.
Such a wonderful person, no? Okay.
Good afternoon.
And... wait.
Yeah.
Let us go into the bunkhouse. Khajiit thought he saw somebody in need in there. Some time back. It was not Helga, it was somebody named Spada, these buildings. Ah, there we go.
Sorry about the mess. Keeping this place clean is quite a chore. Work? I suppose you can call it that. I call it slavery. I work my fingers to the bone keeping this disgusting place clean. Ever since my parents died and Helga took me in, it's been a nightmare. How was I to know she was such a wretched woman? So now I'm stuck living here while those pigs she calls customers grope me and say the most awful things. It's not just the work, it's everything about her. She's disgusting. I think she takes her worship of Dibella a bit too seriously. Do you know she slept with 3 different men in the last month alone? What kind of woman would do such a thing? Just for once, I'd like to see her squirm, to rub her nose in it.
Khajiit thinks that Helga might like that, yes?
Actually, there is. But I don't think I could get away with doing it. She'd kill me if she found out. You see, I happen to know, after she makes love, she gives her partner a token of her affection, called a Mark of Dibella. If you confront her with 3 of the marks, she'd be so embarrassed. Well, I don't know what she'd do. Oh, this is going to be great! You need to get the marks of Dibella from Boli, Hafjorg, and Indaren. Not sure how you're going to do that, but try your best. Then just confront Helga with them, and the rest works itself out.
Mark of the
Try and
Bella.
get those marks without violence, please. I don't want to be responsible for their deaths. Or yours.
Mark of the Bella. Hopefully it is curable at the temple, yes?
Yes.
Divine's bless. Oh,
Divine's bless your pride.
New in town, eh? Here for the fishing, I guess. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'd never sleep with anyone besides my wife. Look, it was one night, okay? I think she slipped something in my drink. I haven't even been back to the bunkhouse since. Just take this damn thing. I never want to see it again. Remember to give at the temple. Yes?
Somebody put something in his drink.
you looking for something?
I'm the brewmaster around here. What did you want? You're crazy. How dare you make such an accusation? If word gets around that I bedded her, they'll lose all respect for me in the media. Say tomorrow if you want it. It's not worth all this hassle anyway. Good. Now maybe I can get back to work.
You
Fascinating.
looking for something?
Yes, Lydia, now is a perfect time to reflect. Remember what these ones said before about balance with the Renathar. Khajiit has not put any of his practice into his combat. This needs to be remedied immediately, yes? So where shall Khajiit go? Well, smithing, of course. Khajiit needs to improve his smithing, be able to create better and better things, work his mastery over the metals. So here we start. Basic smithing, yes? After that we can go to elven or dwarven smithing.
Oh, splendid.
Yes, this one thinks so too, Lydia. And with the basic smithing, Khajiit should have access to be able to smelt and work the corundum ingots. Which should allow him to make all sorts of steel. Yes. Not the most glamorous of armors and weapons, but it is a start, and well, one has to start somewhere, yes?
Too lazy to walk, eh? Well, you found the right place. Huh? What are you talking about? I don't even know what that is. Alright then.
Is someone there?
Clearly there is a change in plans. Let us take a look at this dragon and see what we are looking at. A blood dragon. Deals frost, susceptible to fire. Khajiit knows where to go with these, yes? Khajiit will make dragon go boom. Doesn't miss first. landed and is now targeting Khajiit. Well. Ah, yes, there we go. Lesson learned. When dragon is about to die, beware the wings, yes? Ouch.
My years, I've never seen such a thing. Huh? What are you talking about? I don't even know what that is. I don't want a bad reputation in Riften, but Helga's out of control. She wanted to try it in the stables, so I said yes. If you want the mark that badly, then go ahead and take it. All right then.
Your best idea, was it, dragon?
New around Riften? Take my advice. Stay at the Bee and Barb. The bunkhouse isn't for you. What? How? Where did you get these? No, don't tell me. I don't want to know. Look, we need to keep this quiet between you and me, okay? No one else needs to know about it. If word got out that I'm practicing my Debellan arts in Riften, they'll run me out of town. Here, take this and don't mention a word of this to anyone, especially Savannah. I don't know why I bother.
What can I do for you?
Any luck getting the marks from those men? Oh, I know. Isn't it wonderful? I bet she squirmed like a skeever when you pulled them out of your pocket. I think things are going to be a lot different around here from now on. And I have you to thank for it. Here, I want you to have this. It was my father's, but I'm certain you'll put it to good use. Farewell.
Fascinating. A shield that this one can probably disenchant, yes? Khajiit is not sure if he has done that yet. Anyway, Khajiit will go in here, see what is going on with the local alchemy scene, yes? Khajiit had heard about a black friar who practices here.
But if you need any potions or ingredients, let me know.
This place has seen better days, but it's not my fault. I swear if I wasn't around, Elgrim would forget to eat his meals. How we make any coin at all is beyond me. In fact, I need to arrange for someone to pick up an ore sample for me in Shor's stone. Goodness knows Elgrim won't lift a finger to do it. You would? Oh, that would be wonderful. Speak to Filnyar in Shor's stone. He's got some sort of ore sample he wants us to identify and was willing to pay us well for it. Be careful. The road to Shor's stone could be dangerous.
Sometimes Lydia tends to fly a little too fast, yes? Like, what does the walker say? A bat out of hell? Khajiit does not know what that means.
My mind is on my experiments today. What did you need? I'm aspiring to earn that title, yes. However, the road ahead is paved with loose cobbles and deadly pitfalls. Master Elgrim says I'm a natural, that I have a unique talent, but I fear his approval masks his intolerance for my mistakes. My errant formulas have cost Master Elgrim a fortune in ingredients, some of which are almost irreplaceable. To restore Master Elgrim's supply, I would need 20 Deathbell, 20 Nightshade, and 20 Nirnroot. Am I sensing that you may be interested in gathering these rare ingredients for me? That means more time for my experiments and less time in the field. Much appreciated. My experiments can't be completed until you've brought me those ingredients. Do hurry.
Make it quick.
So now Khajiit has got many things to do, and it is time for him to head out. What is this one doing specifically? Yes, Khajiit needs to go to Shor's stone, which is a nice along the way to Crag's Lane Cavern, where the skooma pushing bandits. Not the skooma pushing bandits, that's something else completely. Anyway, we shall go to Shor's stone first. Get the ore from Vilniar, I believe Hafjorg said his name was. And maybe see if there's anything that needs to be done there, yes?
Good afternoon.
Do you see the bear in the distance? Khajiit does. Khajiit thinks he's going to need to hunt this bear. Uh-oh. Khajiit is not doing well in this fight. Okay. The slaughter fish and a vegetable soup. And we need to dig ourselves out of this hole. Okay. Drink the elixir that covers everything. Some extra magic gun. Khajiit is definitely going to need that. Stamina regeneration, fortification, a bolster, and lock, light armor, fortify distraction, and suppose it is not the right time of the day to pray to raiders, yes? Well, that did not go according to plan.
Good afternoon.
So this one has to start all these again. Okay. Maybe this time this one should avoid the oversized bears. Yes? Wow, they were huge. Okay. Ah, yes, there is. So that is the roadway to the farm. You remember, the farm where this one killed the dragon. Anyway, moving on. Yes, this one thinks taking on the huge cave bears was a bad idea. At least for now. Maybe when this one gets a lot more powerful, maybe when Lydia gets more powerful. Because it will take both of us getting more powerful to be able to take on those beasts. Khajiit suddenly thinks bandits might be a better match over in the fort over there. Now this one knows what you walkers are thinking. How do you know there are bandits in the fort? Well, because all these forts contain bandits. Don't you remember the fort near Whiterun? Had bandits in it. So it is not much of a leap to conclude that these forts will also have bandits, yes? Khajiit hears hammering. Fort Greenwall. And you are a traveler. Standing off to the side of the road because you do not like the concept of having to walk through an area filled with bandits, yes? Khajiit does not blame. So Khajiit will remove the bandits. Maybe. Maybe that is the reason you cannot get through. They have barricaded the entry. Wait a minute. Bandits did a rather bad job, yes? He missed a whole side. Okay. if he is that engrossed in his smithing. Maybe Khajiit can sneak up on him, yes? Maybe. Okay. Let us see what else is available. The sun is about to set, making it hard to see what this one is doing, yes? Well, somewhat. There is not much outdoors to this port, no? All indoors. Khajiit appreciates this. It makes it easier to get through, yes? Oh, that is a guard. Good. Khajiit does not need to attack the guard. Hello, guard. You can see me. Really, you can see me. Amazing. Khajiit has gotten sneaky enough to walk right in front of a guard. The guard has no idea. Cave bear cub. Uh-oh. Okay. Itty bitty thing. But Khajiit's safe nonetheless. Well, seriously, if you're just going to ignore the Khajiit and go straight for the Lydia, you should expect a dagger in the snoot. Moving on. Okay, we are now in Shor Stone. We are looking for... Look at this, a zaddy.
Well, look what we have here. Yes.
Well, this should be fun and short.
I'll teach you to talk to me that way. Come on, let's see what you're made of. You're tougher than you look. You got me fair and square. Thank you. Here, this is for you.
What? What in John's arse was that? Okay, reading the note. We'll be in touch. Okay.
Get him.
I hope you haven't arrived here looking... It's about time. I sent them a letter weeks ago. Ah, that Elgrim. He'd forget his own pants if his wife didn't help him dress. Here you go. Tell Hafjorg that she can chip off whatever she thinks is a fair trade for their time.
Khajiit did not need to hear that, no?
Sure, it's full of spiders. That's what's wrong with it. Almost killed Grogmar and me when they showed up. I'm worried that they'll come out of the mine looking for food soon. Then we're in even bigger trouble. Yeah, they're as useless as a fifth wheel on a wagon. Gave me some sort of line about keeping an eye out for enemy soldiers. What's the point in protecting this place if the mine's completely useless? Idiots. Tell you what, keep to your word, and I'll line your pockets with as much as I can scrape up. I don't want to be responsible for sending you to your death. Be careful in the mine.
Would you happen to be headed towards Darkwater Crossing? You would? Well then, I would insist on rewarding you for your time. Here, take my satchel and give it to my father, Werner. He'll likely have something for you to bring back. I had a bad fall in the mine when I was bringing some food to the men. I was pretty bad off for a while. But a priest of Mara was passing through on his way to Dawnstar and healed me to the best of his abilities. I'm still pretty sore and I can't really walk too far without having to rest for a while. Darkwater Crossing is a difficult journey. Mind yourself.
So Khajiit will deal with the spiders in the mine, yes? Get himself a decent little pay at these. Hopefully some gold, maybe some metals. Oh yes, big fat spiders. Do you see them? There's one right there. No resistances, no susceptibilities. Just a spider. Okay, another one down there. Khajiit thinks it is time to take these things out, yes? more. And Khajiit has run out of magicka. Instead of wasting potions, he wastes arrows. I'm missing, apparently. Okay. Spider silk. Excellent.
Someone there?
What? Where is the last spider? Ah, much further down. Okay. Okay, the spiders are done. Let us explore this mine and see what is available to Khajiit. Yes? Iron. Okay. Iron is fine. Mixed with corundum, you make steel. Okay. Looks like this one has cleared out the mine for the most part. If there is anything Khajiit has missed, he cannot find it. Which might be for the best. Yes, Khajiit is starting to get toward his limits. Which means after we tell Filnyar the good news, time is it? It's almost midnight. Hafjorg is most assuredly asleep by now. Yes. Oh, Khajiit nearly forgot.
Watch what you're doing.
This one needs to pray. Say hi to the Riddlethar. And maybe come back later and tell Filnyar. Looks like he's going to bed for the night as well. Oh, Filnyar has not gone to bed yet. It's wonderful. Yes?
Nasty little buggers, aren't they? Gone? Every one of them? Why, that's incredible.
No,
Finally, we can reopen the
Katenai-jo.
mine and put Shor's stone back on the map. Here, please accept this gift as a token of our gratitude.
That is one heck of a gift. Katenai-jo is quite happy with the reward. For light pest control, yes? Ooh, 3 ores. Katenai-jo always appreciates 3 ores. Well, anyway, there is a forge here, so why don't we go take a look and see what Khajiit can make this time, yes? Let us organize. Weapons. By type. We now create the imperial. Imperial weapons. Not too great, but it is what it is. Ooh, silver weapons. Silver is nice. Wooden. Khajiit can create a fishing rod. Alessia has sharpened her weapons again. Iron, steel. Okay. Let us look at the daggers. No, let us look at the war axes. Not very many, but enough to compare with. Actually, no. There are no silver axes. Only swords, so Khajiit thinks we will just stick with the swords, yes? Steel swords do 11 damage. Silver swords do 11 damage. And Imperial swords do... Khajiit is beginning to see a pattern here, yes? After this, it's all about what you desire. Imperial swords. Not much needs to go into them. Steel swords, a little bit more. Needs iron on top of the steel. While Imperial swords, not so much. Silver swords. 1 less steel, but 2 silver. Khajiit is not sure what to make of this. Now we look at the 2-handed weapons. Silver great sword. Requires a fair amount. Khajiit can finally make a bow. An Imperial bow. Okay. Khajiit and Lydia both have better. Actually, Khajiit believes all of our weapons are better. Armor is where it's at, yes? Khajiit can now make Imperial helmets too, both light and heavy. And heavy, yes. Shell bug helmet. Okay, bone mold. It's consisting of edge leather and bone. Looks quite Dunmer, doesn't it? Okay, steel armor. No surprise there. What is a Sarana hood? Khajiit does not understand. That's about the extent of it. Bone mold, steel, and Imperial armors. Okay. Well, the Imperial light shield is a bit better, but Khajiit thinks his elven shield is better still, yes? And that is about it. As this one has said before, not the most glamorous of these galleries, but a necessary one. It is a, how do you walkers say? A stepping stone. Okay, all the jewelry and... Okay. Khajiit can forge a spell book. Khajiit has never heard of such a crazy thing. Khajiit can go to camping supply. In the campsite for outdoors. Fascinating. Khajiit thinks if he was trying to survive, it might be useful. Khajiit can now make his own alchemy crucible, and retort, and more grotesque. Animal collar, animal pack. Khajiit doesn't know why. Khajiit can make his own fossilized dragon skeleton. If he had all of the insane pieces needed, but boy would it be expensive. Khajiit can craft lockpicks. Amazing. Well, if this one gets tight on lockpicks, at least he can make them himself. Fascinating. But enough. Khajiit has time to kill. And oh boy. We are a bit overloaded, aren't we? Okay. So we go back home. We unload as much as we can, maybe sell a few things, and head back. We need to talk to Hafjorg and Riften. We need to talk to, well, don't need to talk to. We need to kill those skooma peddlers, yes? But one step at a time. Oh. So Khajiit is bringing a quicksilver ore over to Hafjorg. Fascinating.
What's on your mind? I'm at your service.
Khajiit wonders if you all have noticed that Lydia has picked up some souls.
Let's get going then.
Present, Papa. I hope you like it.
Whoa. Little cub, where did you get such a wonderful thing? Wonderful, yet utterly useless for Khajiit. Does anybody remember if Khajiit has planted onions over at the plantation? Khajiit cannot remember. still way too many notes in his inventory that he just cannot get rid of. But selling for now.
Let me know if you see anything you like.
Welcome to war. Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. Good doing business with you.
Yes? Chops and steaks fit for a Jarl. I want to see my sweatshirt.
Divine smile on you, friend.
Well, seems like Khajiit has already learned this one.
Good to see you. Spells and incantations for those with the talent to guess them. Take care of yourself now.
No matter. There are other places this one can sell the scroll. It affects too much of the field. While it could be lots of fun, Khajiit does not wish to ensorcel his Lydia by accident. Hello, fishies. Okay. Since the other mage is closed right now for whatever reason, it does not matter. Khajiit will sell everything with Bellathor.
Welcome to Bellathor's General Goods. Welcome indeed. Everything's for... Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures.
Do come back.
Well, this bookcase is almost full, and then after that, Khajiit has this bookcase to fill with books. Then, when it is time for Lydia to retire and just watch over the house, she will at least have something to do, yes? Okay, it will be quite late at night by the time this one arrives in Riften, so... Okay, where is Darkwater? In Eastmarch. A good bit away, so we are not going to do that yet. Sorry, Sylvia. But we still have skooma peddlers to find, yes? Khajiit needs to go and get the skooma peddlers. So to Shor's Stone we go. Yes, this is an excellent time to pray when this one has to explore. Khajiit is happy with this little boat. Thank you, mates. overcast tonight. Khajiit did not feel the silvery rays. Now he knows why. Well, it can't be clear every night now, can it? No. Huh. There is something to be spotted nearby. Wait, that moving thing did not show up until... That is also fascinating. Yes. Do you hear that? That is undead. See? Well, lots of heavy and useless junk that this one can sell, yes? Worry about that later. I wonder what is going on here. Whoop. Grab their gear before they ring up. Yep. Khajiit saw that one coming.
Huh?
Thank you, Lydia. Okay. Lots of loot to be picked up at this watchtower. Lots of dead things going back to not be dead. Khajiit is not happy about that. Looking at all of the junk he has picked up, Khajiit does not understand why one is better. Why this is considered a great deal when his other helmet is much better. Okay. Lots of crap here. But it is okay, it sells nonetheless, yes? And his Lydia is in much better shape. Anyway, and... Okay. Lots of junk. He's going to need some help from his Lydia lugging all of this stuff back. But that is sometimes how this goes.
I'm right behind you. Here's everything I have.
Yes, Lydia. Running out of soul gems, yes? Well, kind of. Okay. Khajiit has many things to give you, yes?
I'll guard you with my life.
Cabbages are heavy, but you can make many things with them. Letter to Akar. Akar, we've heard of a band of Legion soldiers advancing on your position. Reinforcements are on the way. Talos guard you. Might it have been those skeletons that they were seeing? Just fascinating. But, well, this watchtower is a wreck. Oh, it is almost wakey time. Perfect. Khajiit will go back to town then.
Come to see Balliman perform. Take a look. Remember, nothing but genuine fire salts will do. The Forge knows the difference.
Jewelry with legendary Argonian craft.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Vijay's letter to Katenai-jo. Katenai-jo, I've been watching your exploits for some time. I've long known of your cunning nature, but after seeing the sheer might you demonstrated in your encounter with Azadi, I think you're exactly the kind of person we need right now. We are known as remnants. Some call us the Eyes That Watch. For decades we have helped steer the destiny of Hammerfell. We are a mirage, a constant and formless threat to our enemies on the horizon. I, Fiji, serve as their leader. Though the Dominion withdrew from Hammerfell years ago, the Thalmor continue to strike at us in secret. We received word from the city of Sentinel that one of our own, Khajiit, has been taken hostage by the Thalmor. They have been aided by Ismail, a powerful noble and traitor to his people. There is no doubt that they will try to extract what Khajiit knows about Sentinel's defenses. We have to stop them before that happens. We've learned that Khajiit may be transported across Skyrim soon. It's vital that we intercept him from the Thalmor before it's too late. I need someone like you who can move freely throughout Skyrim and not arouse suspicion. Speak to me in pure water run in the hills of Markarth. I await your arrival, Fiji.
Buying and selling fine jewelry here.
Fascinating.
Vegetables as crisp as a winter's morning.
Even more fascinating is finding out where the heck Lydia went off to this time.
Genuine Falmer blood elixir for sale. Lived for thousands of years. Seen to other people's dogs.
Beautiful baubles and gleaming gemstones.
Where are you?
Over here.
I have something for you to wear. Khajiit needs to give you something, but... Lydia has disappeared yet again. Okay. Khajiit thinks he knows how to find her.
Only a mere 20 gold coins, and all this could be yours.
Wait a minute. Somebody else who no doubt needs our help.
My food is the best in all of Skyrim, always as fresh as the day it was collected. I picked up a trick from a butcher in Elenir, a small town over the border in Hammerfell. He showed me a way to grind up ice wraith teeth and use it as a preservative. Keeps everything cold and fresh, but only for a limited time. I'm always looking to replenish my supply, so if you ever come across 5 of them, I'd be more than happy to take them off your hands. Thanks. I was actually worried I'd run out. Be careful looking for those teeth. Those little bastards are dangerous.
Ah, Khajiit found his Lydia. What in the blazes is going on over here?
I've got your back. I am at your command. I'll guard you with my life. What's on your mind? It would be my pleasure. Is there anything else you need?
Okay. Too many people here. Getting in Khajiit's way with his Lydia. Khajiit will need to try this somewhere else, yes? There we go.
I've got your back. I'm at your service.
Oh?
Is there anything else you need?
Let us try somewhere else.
Yes, my Thane? Here's everything I have. Do let me know if I can be of service. Yes, my Thane? How can I serve you, my Thane? I will protect you with my life.
Need something?
Yeah? Take a look.
Until next time.
Okay, back to Shor's watchtower. Then we go to Crags Lane Cavern, yes? Maybe finally put these stupid bandits out of business for good. Exactly was that? Khajiit would like to know so we can tell whoever it was to stop it. Him? Big elk. Big rack. Of antlers. Hello there. Boy is a little skittish. Khajiit wonders if it was him who made the big loud boom noise. No. Khajiit find the ancient glass golem. And ancient glass golem is hostile. Wonderful. Okay. Yes, Lydia. Attract its attention so Khajiit can study it. Actually, Khajiit would rather study the big dead deer. A Cernunos. Oh. Basically, if you cross an elk with a Spriggan. What a bizarre combination. Oh. Ancient glass golem. Khajiit supposes he could probably kill it with his Lydia. Especially if he's concentrating on his Lydia. He's so busy attacking his Lydia, he will never notice. Are you a traveler? Khajiit needs to be careful. Okay, that is not working. Back off. Doesn't really feel like he did much. Oh. Okay. So, Khajiit has learned that malachite gives you glass. And are any of you walkers seeing this? Lydia, Khajiit knows you are bloody to hell, but are you looking at this? Khajiit has said it before and Khajiit will say it again. Khajiit needs to lay off the skooma. Which is crazy because he has not had a drop of it since he's begun his new life in Skyrim. Because of a bad skooma trip. Khajiit really does not understand. Is Khajiit even going the right way? Yep. Khajiit thinks this is going to be a bit of a walk, so do not be surprised if this one says he must kick you out of his headspace once we get to the entrance. Yes, Khajiit is getting close to that time, unfortunately. Khajiit has way too much fun sharing his adventures with you.
Somebody,
you know?
help!
What in the blazes are you? Oh, big dog. Okay.
I yield. I yield.
What are you yielding for? Other traveler killed the wolf for you. You know, you got weak sword and you do not know how to use it. Anyway, we need to keep moving. Too many distractions on the road, yes? No, the same button. Hey, Amora Tapinella. Wonderful. Khajiit can plant this at his plantation. Yes, definitely. Interesting choice for a campfire location. Right on the edge of a cliff, yes? Not Khajiit's first choice, no. Hello, little bunny. The bunnies are so cute, yes? Okay. Khajiit thinks he goes straight, yes? Yes. Wait a minute. How did you two get ahead of him? Khajiit thinks you two cheated. Well, that's reassuring, yes? And what is with the sneaky going up? Is it because of you two? A campsite with blood. Targets and iron. Interesting. Khajiit wonders, since he has to put another point into his combat side to keep up with the magic side. Khajiit has not yet picked up anything for dwarven or elven smithing. Khajiit does not even know what ingots those would be. Khajiit is not even aware there are certain ingots to be made for dwarven. And...
Hey, hands off! Yes? Take a look.
Oh, this is a skooma dealer. This Khajiit does not have much to offer. Moon sugar, which on its own is not dangerous. Khajiit draw it all the time, is used to sweeten food and, clearly, alchemy. This is the dangerous stuff. You see how it affects you. Sure, it makes you feel strong, but it makes you stupid. Not the sort of thing that Khajiit would need. And slows time, yes, very addicting. This is how the skooma gets you. No. Sleeping tree sap. Khajiit has no idea.
Swift hunting.
Khajiit, you need to get into another line of work. Khajiit still going the right way? Yes, he is. Other Khajiit is not going the right way. Right, make the turn off the road. Khajiit knew it had to happen at some point, yes? Okay. We go up the hill. That with a rather large sword being unsheathed. Okay, looks like the trail has run off that way. Okay. All sorts of noises around here. She does not like them. Okay, we follow this trail. And there is a shrine here nearby. Also fascinating. Up there. Okay. We mark where we need to be first. And since we have a little bit of extra time, maybe we try to find that shrine before we go.
What was that?
Funny, this one was about to ask you. Bandits. What else? Oops.
Oh, no, you don't. Yeah!
That was pathetic. Okay.
The end.
Ready to die today, huh?
Do your worst.
Okay. Nice looking mace.
You won't get the I am sorry, but you left me. No choice.
Those two bandits were not very difficult. Wolfies. Different from doggy howls. And a hunting camp. Well, as long as nobody opens the cages, Khajiit has nothing to fear from the big doggies. Please don't open the cages, Lydia. Okay. Khajiit has found his required destination. Now, Khajiit tries to find the shrine. It goes back this way. There is a trail over this way. Does the map show the trails? Not really. Yeah, kind of really, actually. Interesting. This is not the way. hopefully Khajiit can find before the time runs out. But he is not so sure about his prospects. Okay, what about this way? Looks like there is an old Nord ruin this way. Maybe we need to go by to get to the shrine, yes? A big piggy. Good job, Lydia. The shrine appears to be behind this ruin. By a good ways, but still. Anselwund.
Hey, look, a cave. What's inside?
Yeah, it does look like a cave. A Fury and Olgir. Bucket, a dead mud crab. Well, it is food. Oh, we can get through there, but he's something here that's not happy that we are. Oh. Mage over down there, you see?
Don't you see? I am master of the arcade.
You wanna go?
Okay. This was not a good idea. Okay. Stamina suffering. Eat the slaughterfish. Where is that vegetable soup? Okay, that is something. Okay. Run back the elixir. Get more magicka. Stamina regeneration and a bolster. He likes to throw ice. Put that up. Okay. Got him. Okay. Shield. Lightning.
Don't make a fight!
Okay. We save. And there is a path, and the shrine is close. Oh, kill the doggy. Apparently, Khajiit hears a bear. Elk. Khajiit learns speed. Wonderful. does not wish to deal with the bear. Just wants to find his shrine and go for now. Okay, bear is over there. That is not where we want to go. Oh, we are close. Ooh, who is that? Khajiit does not know who that is, but she is beautiful. Shrine to Saint Alessia. Khajiit has heard of her. Imperials love her. Yes. Saint Alessia does only accept humans. Yes, definitely an imperial thing. But she does give a blessing nonetheless. And there we go. 4 to 5 followers. Followers within 20 feet gain 50. Wow. That is not a blessing for Khajiit, that is a blessing for Lydia. And with that, Khajiit will leave you for now. We have learned a lot. We have discovered a lot. We have sold a lot. And next, we will go to that bandit cave. We will kick those bandit behinds. But for now, Khajiit says farewell.